Boston, summer 1920. Outside a narrow office on School Street, the queue starts before dawn. Clerks, waitresses, policemen, priests, pressing savings into the hands of a small, dapper Italian immigrant with a cane and a smile you can see from across the street. He is taking in, at the peak, roughly $250,000 at DAY millions in today's money, on a promise that should stop every heart in the line. 50% profit in 45 days. His name is Charles Ponzi. Within months, his name will stop being a name. It will become the permanent English word for what he's doing right now. This is the original scheme. Ponzi arrived from Italy in 1903 with, he later claimed, $2 and $1 million in hopes. What followed was 17 years of failure with flair. Fired from a restaurant for shortchanging customers. Jailed in Montreal for forging a check where he wrote home that he'd found a splendid job as a prison warder's assistant. Jailed again for smuggling immigrants. Study that Montreal letter because it's the key to everything. Ponzi didn't lie the way most men lie to escape shame. He lied the way artists paint, beautifully, instinctively, and mostly to himself first. The con man's first and best customer is always his own reflection. In 1919, Ponzi found something real, and that's what made him lethal. An international postal reply coupon, a slip bought in one country, exchangeable for stamps in another. War had scrambled exchange rates. A coupon bought cheaply in Italy could, on paper, be redeemed in America for several times its cost. Legal arbitrage, genuinely clever. One problem discovered quickly and disclosed never. It couldn't scale. Redeeming meaningful money would require shipping boatloads of paper slips past postal bureaucracies that had no intention of cooperating. The loophole was real. The business was impossible. So Ponzi kept the story international finance, guaranteed spread, foreign mystery, and quietly dropped the business. The scheme had begun. What ran instead was the engine you've now seen from Madoff's 17th floor. 3 episodes worth of manias in every chain letter ever mailed. Old investors paid with new investors' money. 50% in 45 days. And here's the beautiful, fatal part. He paid it. Early and in full. Those first payouts were the greatest advertising in Boston's history. Every satisfied clerk brought 5 friends. Deposits doubled monthly. Ponzi bought a mansion in Lexington, a limousine, a bank controlling interest in Hanover Trust, the very bank holding his deposits. The engine roared. And like every engine of its kind, it had one gauge that mattered. Money in must exceed money out. Forever. Enter the oldest hero of this series. Someone who did arithmetic. A financial writer named Clarence Barone. His name survives on the famous Financial Weekly, noted publicly that covering Ponzi's obligations would require some 160 million postal coupons to be in circulation. Actual number issued worldwide, about 27,000. The Boston Post picked up the thread and pulled hiring. In a twist history couldn't resist, Ponzi's own former publicity man, who declared the scheme insolvent in print. Runs began. Ponzi, magnificent to the end, served coffee and donuts to the queues demanding refunds and paid them with other queuers' money, smiling until the state auditors arrived. August 1920. The Post proves an old Montreal forgery conviction, complete with mugshot. The smile was a mugshot all along. The collapse took down more than the man. 6 banks failed, Hanover Trust among them. Investors recovered roughly 30 cents on the dollar after years of litigation. The estimated damage, around $20 million then, $250 million now. Ponzi served his sentences. Tried a Florida land swindle on release. You'll meet that bubble later this season. Was deported. Charmed his way briefly into Mussolini's Italy. Failed there too. And died in 1949 in a Rio charity ward with $75. Reportedly proud that he'd given Boston the best show since the Pilgrims. He had one more gift to give. His name, lowercase now, a common noun, attached forever to Madoff, to crypto frauds, to every engine that pays yesterday's believers with tomorrow's. Few men become words. Fewer deserve it so completely. Ponzi's warning sign is arithmetic wearing a smile. Any promised return that is high, fixed, and effortless is describing an engine, not an investment. Real returns breathe, wobble, and disappoint, because reality does. And note what unmasked him. Not regulators, but one man checking supply. How many coupons exist? When something pays impossibly well, find the coupon count. There always is one. Tomorrow, the scheme goes corporate. A Houston tower full of geniuses, a hologram called the smartest company in America. Enron. A new fortune falls here every day. Subscribe.